In today's episode, we've looked at some wonderful ways that we can take flight right here in Saskatchewan. We looked at hot air balloons and gliding, motorized flight. But something we haven't touched on yet is kites. You know, it was the Chinese back in 400 BC first incorporated kites with human flight. And today we have all kinds of fun sports that we can take advantage of, like hang gliding, which is like a great big kite that supports human weight. You've seen that before, right? And paragliding, same idea, but with a parachute type of material. In fact, there's a new sport that incorporates paragliding with surfing and sometimes snowboarding. Oh yeah, check it out.
We were in Mexico and saw a couple guys out on the water and thought it looked really cool. So we walked probably 3 miles down the beach and caught the guy coming in, asked him what he was doing and where we could get this equipment, and struggled on finding it. And finally we ran into one of the local guys in Regina on the snow in the winter, and he put me in the right direction, showed me where to buy the gear, and met a lot of people, a lot of good people doing it.
We need about 15 kilometers to be able to actually get up and ride. Need about 20 kilometers to be able to stay upwind, and as soon as we go 25 plus kilometers an hour, then we're able to actually perform aerial acrobatics and jump into the air. And this morning we had gusting up to 35, so we were able to get 30 feet in the air, 35 feet in the air, which was really nice. But now we're just back down to 15, 20 kilometers, so when stronger winds, it's a smaller kite, and lower winds, it's a bigger kite.
Once you get hurt, you kind of know not to do that again. If you're just learning and you crash a kite and you get launched, you know, that's just part of learning, is getting hurt and going through the process of being a kiter. Showing off is one of the things about kiteboarding. Once you get good, you like to show off. By the end of this year, I want to be doing a back roll kite loop. So you're doing pretty much a 360 except faster, and you throw your kite and you get launched forward.
When you fly a kite, you control it with a bar like you would when you're wakeboarding and water skiing. You hang onto a bar, but the power doesn't go through that bar. All the power gets transferred around that bar and to a harness. This is a harness. You strap them on around your waist, you hook it up, and the power of the kite goes to this hook. So all you do with your arms is steering. You're turning the kite left or right, getting it into the wind, changing direction. with the bar by pulling on the ends, but all the power goes through to here. In the old days, it was really hard to get unhooked. So if you got into trouble, you got dragged into things, into rocks or whatever. Now all the kites have a safety system where you can release it and you quickly get out of it. This is a kiteboard, sort of a standard shape of a kiteboard. Looks sort of like a wakeboard, but you'll notice it's not as much rocker. It's very flat compared to a wakeboard. There's a little concave in the bottom, just standard 4-fin arrangement, 2-inch fins. On a wakeboard, you'd have a boot. Here we have a sandal strap. You can use boots in kiteboarding, but really, if you have something go wrong, you want to get out of the board, you want to be able to kick it off. So really, your feet are just in the sandal strap that you can adjust, and that's all that holds it on. The kites themselves, there's a tube kite behind me. There's foil type kites. There's pros and cons to both styles of kites, and you'll see mainly water people riding tubes, and you'll see a lot of winter people riding the foils because you don't have to pump them up when it's 30 below. It's a lot easier on your fingers.
This is really a great combination of everything. What I like about it, you don't need an engine, it's not polluting, it's 3D, it's snowboarding, and it's like wakeboarding, and it's sort of like hang gliding. It's quite an addictive sport, and it's really accelerating fast.
It's being yourself, and like I say, meeting the guys, learning new tricks. You're always pushing yourself. It's a sport that you'll never get bored because you're always learning.
You are the controller of your own vehicle, and the kite is your engine, the bar is your throttle, and you can go as high as you want to go. So the sky's the limit.
You know, you tell somebody about it until they do it, they'll never understand it.
Well, thanks for joining us on another edition of Max Magazine, and a very inspirational edition, I must say. In fact, if you ever get the opportunity, I highly encourage you to take to the land of the living skies in any way you can. Lots of fun things to do. You never know when inspiration is going to strike. In fact, we just came from the movie Up, hey girls? And it was, I don't know if we were inspired that much. Okay, well, anyway, thanks for joining us on another edition of Max Magazine. Till next time. Guys, let's make sure no animals are harmed in the filming of this video, okay? Can we get these off? Whoa.
Want to get actively involved? You can submit your own videos to Local On Demand. If it's relevant to your community, we'd like to air it. You just need to find our guidelines for content, quality, and production on the SaskTel website under the Personal category in the Entertainment Services section. Or just send us your program idea. If it's chosen, we'll shoot it and air it on Local On Demand. Email us at max.localondemand@sasktel.sk.ca or send a letter to the address on the screen. We'd love to hear from you.